Hello everyone, I thought I'd show you a quick run through on the Canvas Teacher app. This is not anything in depth, just some basic fundamental stuff. So what you're looking at is the screen of my phone, and as you can tell by what's on the screen, what's important to me is email, Twitter, betting sports, keeping up with sports, listening to some music, and reading some stories about sports. That's my life, all right? So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on the Canvas Teacher button, okay, and what's going to pop up is this right here. It's going to show my four classes for the semester, and I've nicknamed each of my four classes with the days they meet, the time they start, and the room number, just for simplicity purposes, and so I can, it's just an easy way for me to keep the courses separated. So if I tap on one of my classes here, this tells me this is my Tuesday, Thursday class that starts at 1:15 in SG 102 for the spring 2019 semester. And then I've got all these things that I can access here. So if I tap on announcements, I can show that I've posted a test announcement. But if I wanted to add one, just tap the little plus button down in the corner. Here's the place. You type in your title, whatever the description is of the announcement, what the body of the announcement is, whether you want to delay posting it, allow comments. Once you finish typing in the description and setting it the way you want to, you just tap that arrow in the upper right hand corner and that will post it. So we're going to exit out of that. I'm not going to save that one. Then I go back and I can click on assignments. If you've loaded any assignments into Canvas, this is where they will show. And if you look at the first one, for example, my podcast review assignment, to the left of it, there's a green check mark. That means it is published. If I tap on it, this shows me at the top that it's worth 100 points, when it's due, gives me information on whether students have submitted it or not and how they can submit it. Then scroll down, here's the description. This is what the assignment is for the students. Links to the podcast they're going to listen to. If I need to edit it, just click that little pencil up in the right hand corner. Now if we go back to here and we click on attendance, it takes a second for the attendance list to load. It takes just a little bit longer than any of the other sections. But there's all my students in this class. It's January 11th. If I was having class today and everyone was present, I'll just tap that mark all as present button down at the bottom of the screen. If I need to adjust somebody individually, and let's take Ariana at the top there, for example, the little circle to the right of her name. If I tap it once, it's going to give me a green check mark. That means she's present. If I tap it again, there's an X. That means she was absent. That symbol says she was tardy. And then I tap it again, and it's right back to where it started from. If I tap on discussions, if you've loaded any discussions for your classes to have, this is where they're going to show. You can tap on that right there, and it'll tell you whether it's closed for comments. You can delete it, etc. Tap on people. This is just a list of everybody in your class. And if I tap on one of the students, so if I tap on Jalen's name, for example, this loads me up and says, tells me his name. There's his email address right at the top, so I can email him very quickly. If you look down at the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little email button, so I can tap on that, and I can send a message to Jalen just like that. So we're going to back out of the people. If you've loaded any pages, the only one I have is my front page, which is the page that everyone will see when they first come to my website. Or to my website, to my Canvas pages. If you've loaded any files, here they are. And I've loaded some pictures in here that I'll be using throughout the semester. Like that top one is the Black Power symbol from the 1968 Mexico City Olympics. There's a picture of Atlanta right after the Civil War. There's a picture of a skyscraper in New York from the 1900s. But any other files that you may load into Canvas will show up right there. If you've built any quizzes, that's where they'll be. I haven't done that yet. And that's really the main functions I wanted to show you right now. But it's really simple, really handy. If you notice back on the course screen here, down at the bottom, Here's an inbox. So if you get any messages from anyone, it'll show up there. There's the one that Amy sent to us back before Christmas with the link on learning how to use Canvas. There's also a to-do list. So if you can keep up with everything you need to do, and click courses and you're right back to the screen. Just a real basic kind of fundamental way of looking at things. Hope it helps you a little bit. If you tap on that right there, just gives you some other options. But that just kind of gives you a real basic fundamental look at how things look once you open up that Canvas teacher app. It's a really, really simple system to use.